After last night's first and only vice presidential debate, if I told you that one of the prominent never-Trumpers went on national TV and said that the fly that landed on Vice President Pence's head is a sign historically of sin and is therefore the mark of the devil, and he was serious, would you believe me? I'll bet you would, because it happened. Even the MSNBC host was shocked at the lunacy and the idiocy of and the desperation of a remark like that. But you can't make this stuff up. When I hear things like that, I think, okay, I'm liking our chances because they're obviously losing their marbles. Welcome in the day after the first and only vice presidential debate. And breaking news about the next presidential debate scheduled for a week from today. The presidential committee on debates has announced, and this all happened today, that there won't be an in-person debate next week. It's going to be done virtually. And the president of the United States said, no way. The president said, I'm not going to sit in front of a computer. I'm not going to do a debate that way. I started my day, as I often do, with a dear friend of mine, a radio colleague, Mark Davis. And Mark, as that news was breaking, said, oh, it's great. I love it. I love it. I love it. He shouldn't do it virtually. And, of course, my concern, because I'm a worrier, just like I think we're all worried to some extent, is that if there's no more debates between Trump and Biden, that's not a good thing. And you can try to say, oh, it'll be fine and we're great. The president has an opportunity to once again reinforce his record and handle Joe Biden in a debate. If there was a hitch to the first debate, a lot of observers felt the president could have been less interruptive a little bit. I mean, you know, Donald Trump is Donald Trump. You know what his personality is. He's gonna go for the jugular. But Joe Biden gave as good as he got. Joe Biden didn't roll over, and the two of them need to debate. Joe Biden doesn't want to debate, and I've said that all along. And if Joe Biden can try to coast to November 3rd without another debate, that's a win for the Biden-Harris team. I don't know if it's a win that translates into an election victory, but he doesn't want to go on that stage with Donald Trump again. And Mark had a really good, sort of alternative. All right, maybe there's not any debate next week, but another week or two after that, there will be an in-person debate. The problem is with coronavirus, it could take till after the election before President Trump receives a negative COVID-19 diagnosis. As I understand it, the window could be anywhere from 10 days to 4 weeks. And Biden is going to cling to the COVID diagnosis and the COVID positive test result as the reason he doesn't have to face Trump in a debate again. Here's what the president said this morning, his first, sit-down interview after his hospitalization for COVID at Walter Reed. He was talking with Maria Bartiromo on Fox Business.
I heard that the commission a little while ago changed the debate style, and that's not acceptable to us.
Well, are you saying you're not going to participate?
No, I'm not going to waste my time on a virtual debate. That's not what debating's all about. You sit behind a computer and do a debate. It's ridiculous. Yeah, we learned it the same way you learned it. They called up 2 minutes ago, and it was announced. And they're trying to protect Biden. Everybody is.
Of course they are. Everybody from Chris Wallace, Susan Page, the moderators that were obviously very biased and slanted towards the Democrats, the media, the whole universe is against Trump, Pence, but Mike Pence acquitted the Trump-Pence record very well last night. Last night's debate was I loved last night's debate. I appreciated policy differences. I appreciated seeing two diametrically opposed views uninterrupted for the most part. I loved that. I absolutely loved it last night. We saw, as I keep saying, a conservative Midwesterner from Indiana versus a radical liberal, real radical liberal Democrat from San Francisco. And both of those views were on full display last night. Mike Pence, by just about every objective poll, won, and he won decisively. Now we got to move on to the next one. Ronna McDaniel told Fox News this morning that a virtual debate is not good for voters. Now, there are 3 scheduled debates. There's a third one. So maybe next week is off, and the final debate will be the deciding factor. And I don't want to, again, I'm not trying to throw a wet blanket on anything, but I'm also trying to be realistic and fair and objective. That's what we always try to be as we welcome you in to the ReliefFactor.com studios and the Mike Gallagher Show. It is Thursday, October the 8th, 2020, and I'm glad you're here. Let's get your take on all of it. Are you a little troubled by the possibility of no more Trump-Biden debates? How does the Trump team navigate a coronavirus diagnosis and a test with what Biden is going to do to try to avoid the debate? 1-800-655-MIKE, 800-655-6453. Join us.